Good afternoon, good evening, and assalamu alaikum and namaskar, sat sri akal to all my lovely viewers out there. Yes, we are back with another wonderful topic. As we had said in my channel, I will be inviting amazing people whom I learn so much, and I respect them so much for so much of variety of learning they get. So, without taking much time, my name is Parul Malik, and I am a certified life skill coach and trainer, and also a certified Heal Your Life trainer for Louise Hay work. And my passion is to help people help themselves. So, in this series, again, I love to invite people of what they have learned in their life, what they were doing, and in spite of sometime life saying, oh, come on, it's boring now, they chose what they can do to live a powerful life of their choice. So I'm so humbled and honored, Anand, to accept my invitation again.
Parul, it is always a pleasure being with you, Parul, because let me tell you, you are one powerhouse of positivity.
Okay.
And you just make my day every time I connect with you. So I'm
So
so
sweet.
happy to be here, Parul. So happy to be with you.
So sweet, so sweet. So, Anand, as we were talking before this also, that I took up this topic, and this is a series where I will be interviewing wonderful people like you and confused people also who were really confused at once upon a time, right? That
Yes.
topic is all about passion and profession. When I'm doing sessions with people, sometimes I get through where a lot of us lose it and get confused about यार करना क्या है, passion क्या है, पैसा आएगा कि नहीं. Lot of things are there, and sometime in this rat race we lose out so many things, और फिर 20 साल बाद कहते हैं, including me, यार when I was in college na, I used to do that, right? And time has gone by, right? So this is the whole idea, that you are here and people who are watching can learn and see what is your experience about. But before I start this, I want to know, what's your profession, Anand? What have you done? And what was your journey as a professional, Anand Nair? What was the professional journey of yours?
Okay, in a nutshell, Parul, I started my career as a management trainee in the hospitality industry, uh, practically 4 decades ago. And this I meandered through the entire corporate world for 4 decades, and eventually teed off as the chief executive officer of a multinational large institute and research organization into clinical research.
Wow.
And then, after which, I was able to follow my passion to give back the world whatever I learned over the four decades. And then I became an entrepreneur. I became a business mentor. I started my own community called the Sledgehammer's Edge Universe. I became an artist. I became a writer. And this is really when I'm actually following the passions that I've always wanted to from the time I became aware of myself as a human being and as a professional.
Right. Awesome. Oh, wow. So then you're the right guy, I feel, for sure, to tell us a little bit about how do we really draw a line or merge these lines of profession and passion? How can you, what did you do to to have this journey which ultimately merged into these two things?
See, Parul, it's a wonderful question you've asked. Very few people really get into this depth about passion and about profession. They tend to mix it all up. Let me tell you something. Uh, my take on passion is not something that you can bank on when you have bills to pay. Okay, let's be very honest about this.
Right.
4 decades, as you can see, all my paintings behind me, I have an enormous passion for art.
Wow.
But I didn't paint for 4 decades because there was so much more to do. You had a family, you had to get the food on the table, you had education for the children, and not always. But there is a point of time when I realized that there was a passion behind it, but a passion that now, as I realize, there are two types of passions. Parul. One is an emotional passion, and the other is an intellectual passion. Very often, you are immersed in the intellectual passion, and therefore you're able to do take the stresses of your work, because there are commitments around you for
Right,
which you,
right.
after all, let's not forget, your progress is the family's progress.
True.
And
Right.
it requires a lot of passion to it. But it requires an intellectual passion, not an emotional passion. See,
True.
how do I differ between intellectual passion and emotional passion? It's like, inspiration and motivation. Motivation is very emotional. Inspiration is very intellectual.
Wow.
A simple example is, if you give me an idiot and I motivate him, you get a motivated idiot. But if I say take the same idiot, if I take the same idiot and inspire him, you may get a thought leader.
Wow.
So a
Beautifully said.
thought leader comes from a man who's very intellectually passionate, not emotionally passionate.
Yes, yes, very.
So when we use passion, we should concentrate on the intellectualism of the passion, the intellectual passion, not the emotional part. Because emotionally, what happens is then you forget that yes, you have to bring the food to the table. You think, I have passion, I'll do it.
Right.
Passion comes in actually when you are experienced enough to start innovating.
Very nice. Very nicely put.
Initially, when you work, yes, initially when you're working, you are learning. You're going through various experiences. A point of time comes when you are now well experienced, and that's only when you start innovating on the work that you're doing. Because you want to break out of a boredom, or you want to offer to the world something different than what is actually being offered. When you start getting innovative, that is when you get intellectually passionate with what you have.
Very.
That's the difference between the passion that should be driving you as a professional and therefore logical in your professional life, and not the passion which is emotional. It'll take you nowhere. You'll just be a lovely, motivated idiot, so to speak.
Yes, very nicely and directly put up there, Anand. And I can recall one of my coaches was a person, he's an artist. And what was happening was, as you rightly said now, and very beautifully said, I didn't think it of that way, that emotionally, if you are having, there's an emotional passion and an intellectual passion, right? So for him, yes, passion was there, but what was happening, it was not filling the table out there for the family. And that
Yes.
passion started becoming a hindrance for his growth, unfortunately.
Yes.
Because, as so what I take from is that decide about it, that intellectual passion and emotional passion, and which one of them you will like to kind of grow. And maybe little
Yes.
later, once you have enough on the plate and you have
Yes.
planned it well,
Yes.
your emotional
Yes.
passion can come over and kind of, you can merge the two kind, right?
Precisely. You see, like, if you look at my life today as an entrepreneur,
Yes.
I have now a combined passion of intellectualism and emotion, which I can afford. Because today, I don't have to dream about driving in a Mercedes. I already have one,
Right,
so
right.
to speak.
Yes.
So now the idea is,
Right.
how do I, and when you now marry the two, emotional passion and intellectual passion, you give so much more to the world. Because
Right.
now you're giving an experience, you're also giving experience that is seeped in intellectualism, which is very important, because
Right, right.
logic is more important than fanning up emotion.
Yeah.
Yeah,
True.
very important. Yeah.
Yeah, true. I can relate to it, because I feel that what happens is that, as you know that I'm a self-love coach and an emotional empowerment
Yes.
coach. What is in you is what reflects a lot outside. So
Yes.
if because of my emotional passion, my self-love has gone to low self-esteem, and more I'm reprimanding myself every day that why the hell I am not able to do this or do that.
Yes.
Unfortunately, then it'll convert into a more of a frustration for me. That passion will become more of a frustration than a real passion. So,
Exactly.
what you
Exactly.
beautifully are saying, that how can we just balance the two and see when is the time
Yes.
when one can overpower other and go ahead, but till that
Yes.
time, kind of have the strong roots of working on them.
Yes. You see, because I tell you, Parul, like I have a friend, very dear friend, who is an amazing coach, but he's a pauper because he's so passionate about it, emotionally passionate,
Yeah,
that most of the time he's doing his work free. So
yeah,
I told him, I said, if you had some intellectual passion, you charge the client.
very true.
Ultimately, what's important is that both sides, there must be a good balance.
Yes, yes,
And
yes.
now, after he eventually became my mentee, and after now, he's doing very well in life. He said, "Yeah, it's how true.
Very
I've been just just been doing things free. I
Hmm.
said, when you do that, you're emotionally connected with your passion,
Very
and that'll
true.
kill you finally.
Very
So
true.
also what happens is when you whatever work you do,
Hmm.
if you seep into an intellectual passion,
Hmm.
you will bring quality into that work.
Hmm.
It'll not just be quantity.
Hmm.
There'll be you will stand out because you're intellectually involved with it.
Hmm.
If
Hmm.
you're emotionally involved with it, you will Google paste everything just because you want to reach out to somebody.
I can completely relate to it, Anand, what you said. I can completely relate to your friend, especially. And this was where I was for a long time because, as you know, you understand, you are doing you're helping people. Of course, my profession is like
Yes,
that I'm helping
yes,
people and they are going through sometimes, certain challenges which are tough. And it used to
yes,
happen with me too that, okay, whatever the thing is, charge it, not charge it, okay, leave it. But what happened, it started creating certain complexes in my system that
yes,
all right, am I on the right path, is it helping others, is it not helping me, things like that, because I
right,
want to be financially independent woman. And that was not
yes,
happening for some time. Why? Because I was exactly doing what your friend was doing, right?
exactly.
And that is where I think I do remember, and I keep telling that to people, that never hesitate in sharing and asking for help. I mean, I'm a coach
Yes,
myself, but I have my mentors, who always
right,
guide me. Why? Because I have to be grounded and be there to help others also, because we take so much of
exactly. Yes,
energies from others also, right? So I
yes,
really want to bring it up that what happened was that he gave a beautiful example that, Parul, you think a heart surgeon is not passionate about his work. He is,
mm,
but when they do a open heart surgery, they charge you lakhs of rupees. They don't say, okay,
yes,
now that I've opened up your heart and I've fixed you, it's okay, you live your life. I will not be
yes,
there. So I think it's not about the charging bit of it, but what I'm wanting to say, that as you rightly said, emotional, passion or intellectual passion, see that you don't feel guilty of your own passion.
yes.
You
Yes.
have
See,
it.
it's
Yeah.
important to
Hmm.
value everything that you're doing. If you
Yes.
are valuing, no,
Hmm.
I'm very clear about this, Power.
Yes.
If you are valuing
Right.
your passion to serve, you
Yes.
must also value your own existence to serve.
Right. Very true.
Very
Beautifully said.
important. Very important.
Beautifully said. Beautifully said. So I have just one more question for you. Like, so one is that yes, some of us can, switch from profession to passion, and we've come. But I know some of the viewers, as you also said beautifully in the beginning, that yes, it's not very easy for everybody to just leave everything. But at the same time, what is your say to people, how along, they can take their passion along with them and live it completely, and I mean, not necessarily wait for a day that when my intellectual passion will finish, then my emotional will come up, and whatever we are talking right now. So, not to confuse the viewers, suppose that's their life, that bread earning thing is something which they cannot leave for sure, but at the same time they don't let go, because I see such a lovely picture behind you. So it's, I just, when we started the interview, I saw that wall painting, and I
Thank you.
see you living, it's so lovely that you're living your passion also. But how
Yes.
about some people, Anand, who for bread earning have to do something, but what do they do with their passion, and how, what tips you would like to give them, that along their journey they can still enjoy their life and have the energy from their passion? What's your say on that?
Yeah, I would advise very, very simply about
Mm.
one is begin with your passion. Don't let the passion die
Mm.
because you are a stone without passion. You're
Mm.
just a stone without passion.
Mm.
But be wise enough to understand that your passion must be honed into an intellectual space.
Mm.
That's very important.
Mm.
Even today, when I paint, now I'm painting cell, but I am painting towards ensuring that whatever I create is acceptable. So
Mm.
it's an intellectual passion again. It is
Wow.
not an emotional passion. If
Right.
it was an emotional passion, you won't even look at my painting, right? So in the same way,
Uh,
when what the most important thing is, keep your focus on your intellectual space in your passion, because
mm.
you have to survive, and you have to survive those who
Right.
depend on you to survive.
True.
Survival is there. You
Mm.
cannot say, okay, now forget it. If it doesn't happen, I'll become a sannyas and go and stay in the Himalayas. It doesn't work that way, right? There's a
Correct.
practicality that you're surrounded with till
Right.
you die.
Right.
When it's all done and when you're financially very secure, just the way we are today,
Mhm.
then you direct your passion in a way which serves others. Again, it should
Mhm.
not be just a wild now, okay, now I've done everything, now I will just go with my passion.
Mhm.
Because you have lived a full and wonderful life.
Mhm.
And now it's time to get legendary.
Mhm.
So now look at your second phase
Mhm.
as a legend, as someone iconic. And
Mhm.
that can only happen if, again, you're using your intellectual
Mhm.
angle of your passion, not
Mhm.
just your
Mhm.
emotion. But here is where your emotional passion will work wonders
Mhm.
because you are now very strong
Mhm.
and undivorced with your intellectual passion. So your emotional passion will now feed it because there's no other responsibility that you have. Your
Beautiful.
only responsibility today will be to empower everyone who comes around you, right?
Wow.
In any which form, as an artist, as a writer, as a speaker, as a wonderful coach like you,
Mhm.
anything. I mean, now it is time to empower.
Mhm.
My third most important thing is
Mhm.
very important when you empower,
Mhm.
transfer that intellectual passion into that person.
Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah. Inspire him, don't motivate him. Turn him into a thought leader, not a motivated idiot. That is where my three important advices are.
I love it the way you have put it up. But yeah, and being frank, so I love this about you, Anand, because this is something which will might poke somebody what you're saying, but this will help them to think, right? That and that's what the whole idea is. That sometimes we leave something for something, and we believe this or that. But life is
Yes,
about this and that also, and possibilities are immense. And if Anand can do, I can do, so many of others can do,
yes,
you
yes,
can too. And the whole idea
yes,
is that yes, even I was there when I suddenly thought, it was almost 10 years back, I'll say, that when I started living my passion. Before that I
yes.
was okay, I'm this, I'm that, I have to finish this duty, I have to finish that duty. Okay, when I will finish this, then I will start this. And it never happened. So,
Yes.
believing in this and that, and as Anand says beautifully, that understanding emotional, your passion or intellectual passion, and seeing how you can first be financially carefree, and then you do
Yes.
something what you love, because survival is a very important thing, he says. And that's the truth of life. We can deny it, but that's the fact of life, that the people who are associated with us are dependent on certain things. And if we, as he's been using the word, whatever idiot he's been using, but that's a fact, that
Motivated
we all will
idiot.
become. Yeah, what is that?
Motivated idiot.
Motivated. I love this word. So that is right. That's right. That you are like that. That you are running on the field and you have the ball and you are, running towards the goal, but you realize it's just the opposite pole you have reached, and it is the other pole you wanted to be. So though you were playing the game, but you were towards the wrong pole. So I think, Anand, thank you so much for amazing, amazing insights as always. You're a fantabulous person to learn, because what I love about you is no big deals. You touch upon very simple things somewhere. And I'm sure that with these words of yours, lot of our passionate people out there who have sat down and think, okay, I'll finish my corporate tenure at that space and then I will pick up what I love doing, or I am into business, let me earn these many crores first and then I'll start my passion. My dear friends, a lovely message from Anand Nair and me out here is, please live your passion. Yes, decide that your things are working in the working condition, but at the same time, possibilities of living your passion along with your profession is absolutely there. So Anand, thank you so much for being here, and I am sure people are motivated with your motivated idiot word, which I capture, and I'll be insightful about it, that I am not just a motivated idiot, but I am there to for sure see my intellectual passion and emotional passion is being balanced, right?
Thank you so much, Parul. It's such a pleasure talking to you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Parul. Have a
Sa-
wonderful day. Thank
Same
you.
here. Thank you so much, Anand. Bye bye. Thank you.
Bye-bye.